Hello everybody and welcome to another video and another episode of the Daily Zamboni Talk. Before we get started today, as always, I'd just like to thank you all for tuning in today and thank you all for giving me a little portion of your day so we can sit back, relax, watch Nice Clean, and I could go on about things going on in life in general. So today's subject is the fact that even if there's huge rewards on the other end, people are so scared to be a little bit inconvenienced. And what do I mean by that? So, in my own personal life recently, I have been teaching a lot of people the credit card and travel game. And that is something I'm very passionate about and something I really enjoy to do on my spare time. So this is stuff I research. I still have tons to learn, but this is what I've been researching, and I do know a fair amount about it. And I've probably, in the past year and a half I've been into it, I've probably booked about $20,000-$30,000 of free travel I've gotten. So that's pretty astonishing if you think about it, because that is money I was going to spend anyways. I just learned how to utilize debt and spend money in the proper way. So anyways, back to the story. I have a friend, pretty close friend, and that I've been helping out, and they've been learning the credit card game. They've been doing all right. So recently, we had a strategy. I kind of gave them a strategy of what we're going to do, what card we're going to use for what. They have their car insurance coming up, right? And it's a $4,000 purchase for the year. So I said, great. Choose a card where you need a $6,000 welcome bonus for 6 months. You can spend the other $2,000 easily, but that $4,000 is going to be a big chunk of your spending. So I said, perfect. So this individual then went on to start complaining that it was stressful or inconvenient to use certain cards for certain things, right? And I couldn't believe this, because they were complaining that certain cards, it was stressful to use certain cards for certain things, when I don't find that stressful. I've been through a lot of stressful situations in my life, and I do not consider that to be one of them. However, they are always talking about and always relishing at the fact that I'm flying in first class, I'm getting these benefits, staying in these nice suites, everything along those lines. However, they complain about the inconvenience of using certain cards for certain things. And I say, do you not understand the benefits that you're going to get on the other end of this for, in my opinion, what is not that big of an investment of effort or time relative to what you get? Like, think about, just from my perspective, the $20,000-$30,000 extra that I got. How much extra work hours is that? That's a pretty decent amount of hours that you would need to put in if you were going to put your own cash into something like this, right? So I think the more I assess this situation, and in my opinion, the absurdity of it all, I started to understand that this is really the way a lot of people think in life. And it is not really a terribly big surprise why so many people do not achieve what they want in life, or do not achieve greatness or success in many aspects, because for the majority of people, and I never really saw the world like this, because I guess I was in kind of my bubble of, I was always around super successful sort of people, whether it was to do with athletics or in general. I've had some family members that have done really well in business-wise and investing-wise, and I've always been around people that never really thought so short-sighted. But I start to see it in my life now that if something's not, like I said, not right in front of their face, if they don't get the instant rewards from it, then people are not interested in it. And I really think this situation that happened just with these credit card rewards is really the metaphor for what's going on in life. Because I put in this work, I have to do all this research, I have to have my spreadsheets, I have to have everything ironed out. And don't get me wrong, I love doing all that. But immediately, that seems like boring work. It does not seem like fun. It's, in many ways, it's just not great work to do. I don't like sitting at a computer and typing in numbers any more than another person. However, when I'm sitting there in first class, in an executive suite, I'm getting to travel places that my budget would not allow me to do whatsoever, I start to think to myself that the people that are irresponsible with their money, or that don't want to put in the work or the time or the effort, are paying for my experiences, right? Because there's somebody out there for every time I take a business class flight that's worth $7,000 each way, or I'm staying in a suite that I'm getting off points, but it's regularly $1,200 a night, whatever, right? That the reason why I'm getting those benefits is because there is somebody on the other end that's making purchases with a credit card that they cannot afford. They're getting instant gratification off buying something, and they are not using debt properly, and they are paying interest on that. So you just got to wrap your head around that when you do not delay your gratification and do things that are not exactly exciting or maybe even painful at the time, you are paying for somebody else to succeed. You have to look at the world that way. And that's the way I really started to see things. And there's so many people that do not even conceptualize this idea. Right? They'll say, what do you mean I'm paying for somebody else's stuff? That is what you are doing. When you choose not to exercise, when you choose to be overweight or whatever health problems that you've chosen to have because of lifestyle, then you are essentially giving money to the companies that make the medicine to treat you. You gotta think about it like that. The fact that I am giving myself the instant gratification, the instant rewards, I am losing the competition and I'm giving way to somebody else. Right? So this is really the way I frame my mind now. And everything I do in life, I try to seek the discomfort and go after what is going to pay me in the long run. And that is an incredibly, incredibly difficult thing to do. And I think that staying off of apps like TikTok and very short form videos has helped me to do that as well. I don't have any of those apps. I go on Instagram once in a while to look at workout videos to get inspired. I don't really like anybody's photos, but that short form sort of content is exacerbating this problem to the nth degree, because it's training your brain to just swipe, to go through stuff. As soon as something becomes boring, you swipe it off, right? And to be honest, everyone that I've ever known to be successful at anything has done boring things day after day after day, right? And that is what they have done to get to where they are today. And all those people that are told, you do what's right for you right now, make yourself feel comfortable. Whatever else is fed is really ultimately in the long run crippling them, handicapping them, and giving all the power to those that have the power, right? That's why the rich get richer, so to speak, is not a money thing, right? It is a mindset thing, because every day, and I can feel it upon myself right now, every time I go through something difficult every single day and I seek discomfort, I know that somebody else is not doing that. There's no way somebody else is going through what I'm going through. I know that. And I'm so grateful to be in the position to be able to do that. And I'm so blessed that I'm able to get up every day and push myself, and that I have the health to do that. I have the body to do that. I wasn't, I wasn't born at a serious disadvantage. I had a very good upbringing, right? So these are just some things I wanted to bring up in today's video. I know I kind of went on a bit of a tangent and kind of went off topic, but to bring it back to where we started is that don't think so short term that you're not able to experience the beautiful things in life, right? That metaphor for not want to be inconvenienced to use certain credit cards in certain places to get that first class flight, which most people will never get to experience in their life, right? That we use that as a metaphor for life, because if you do the hard things on a daily basis and stay consistent with it, and just grind and grind and grind and keep on going when everybody else is not, and you will ultimately reap the rewards, and you will sit in a first class seat for life.